FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour time again. This week we are in Chetumal in Mexico. Well, Louis Let with you here in the commentary box where it's time for the first of three final matches here from Mexico. A wonderful setting on the east coast of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico and the capital of the state of Quintana Roo. Home to around 150,000 people. It's the bronze medal match between the USA and Germany in a season that's so important going forward to the Olympic Games next July. The cut-off point for the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour is mid-June. The top 15 teams will be going to the Olympic Games confirmed then. It's business time when it comes to the beach volleyballing world. This is a big, big game. The men's final coming later on today between the USA, Jake Gibb and Taylor Crabb, up against Bram Houston from the Netherlands. Weather conditions absolutely perfect. There's a little bit of a breeze, but nothing to be too worried about. The quick game check for the referees for this bronze medal match. Brian Hybert will be on the stand. Manuel Latani from Mexico, a proud moment to referee, officiates a medal match on home sand, but this game should be absolute humdinger. Germany have had a really tough season. The USA have also had their fair share of problems, both with injuries for both sides. First, we're going to meet Germans, who currently have 1,420 Olympic ranking points and 640 up for grabs if they win this game. Can they surge a late run to the Olympic Games? They're 3,000 points outside of the Olympic rankings. But Sven Winter and Alex Walkenhorst have been playing together since 2018. Their 11th competition together, and this is Alex Walkenhorst's 6th World Tour Final Four. No gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze. He's looking to add a third today. Walkenhorst, 31-year-old, 6'9" will be doing the blocking. His partner, the youngster Sven Winter, 21 years old, from Freiburg, who played with Jonathan Erdmann in Hamburg at the World Championships due to an injury to Alex Walkenhorst. But now they're back together underneath the guidance of Thomas Kasmarek, their head coach. And for Sven, he's playing his 4th World Tour Final Four, just 2 bronze medals to his name. The USA. It's a 3-way race for 2 places to the Olympic Games. For Trevor Crabb and Bourne. They haven't had it all their own way, but it's a phenomenal appearance in Hamburg where they made the Final Four of the World Championships, have set this team on fire, and now they're back playing for bronze again. They're lifelong friends, and Trevor Crabb, just one of 2 Crabbs playing in the Final Four today, makes his way out into this main arena. 30 years old, from Honolulu, but now residing in Redondo Beach, training out of Hermosa, a mecca when it comes to beach volleyball. And Bourne, 30 years old, also from Honolulu, 6'5". This team are led by former world champion Jose Loyola. A 25th in the World Tour Finals in Rome was a poor result for this American team. There was a shoulder injury to Bourne, which meant he had to hit left-handed for the entire competition. The 5th in Tokyo maybe sets him in good stead for the Olympic Games. The USA, they have 2 teams in this Final Four. Taylor Crabb, Trevor's brother, and Jake Gibb going later on, looking for their first gold medal. They're going to win their first medal as a team, regardless of Taylor Crabb's first medal on the World Tour for sure today. Trevor Crabb, the target, who just rolls away to the line. He does love the high line. Trevor Crabb stays very close. to his partner to ensure that the ball travels across him into the hitting window. Walkenhorst, the target, who had some tough times yesterday, lost his temper on a couple of occasions, but he looks the definition of calm as he steps out, drives his feet in towards the ball so he can attack it, get his body weight through it, just stay smooth. First points on the board for Germany. It's the first time that these two teams have played against each other in a season that's just beginning, but this is the last event of 2019. High off the hands with Crabb. Really the season of the Beach Volley Vikings in impeccable form once again when it comes to consistency. The Vikings and Russian pairing, Oleg Stoyanovsky, Vyacheslav Krasilnikov, have started a big battle to be the world's best pairing. Krasilnikov and Stoyanovsky won arguably the two biggest events of the year, but the Vikings won 12, have won 12 from their last 17 events on the World Tour. So it's one team being consistent week after week and another winning on the big occasion. A season that also just saw that World Championships and also the beach majors, Hamburg, Vienna, Stade, to name a few. We really are treated in this sport. Double grab again. Started really comfortably with his side-out skills. Walkenhorst from the left side, he's approaching very straight, has to go through the body line to the line. Trevor Crabb again from the right-hand side, it's a wide set, and he just whips one back through his body. Crabb now to serve. His brother Taylor, after winning with Jake Gibb yesterday to qualify for the final, turned round to Trevor Crabb and said, now it's your turn, you better win. They wanted an all-Crabb final on the World Tour. They've had their battles on the AVP Tour, which is their domestic stage, which is growing year on year, the AVP Tour. But the USA are looking today with Jake Gibb and Taylor Crabb to win their first competition in a 4-star or higher since February 2018, when Nick Lucena and Phil Dowhauser won in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Taylor Crabb so far can't be stopped, can he? Bourne, who's had his fair share of health problems, he's out of the game for a couple of seasons, but is serving. Just backs Trevor Crabb in. Overpass from Germany. 3-point lead opened up for the Hawaiians here in Chetumal. That's a free gift, thank you very much. This time, full sails out the back. This team formed in 2018 when Bourne returned to the sport after that 2-year break because of health conditions. And they won a gold medal in their first event in Quinchao, but also played with John Hayden, another legend of the sport. USA just seem to have so many of them. Sven Winter isn't a legend yet, but quick feet inside the ball, super dynamic out the side. A couple of shifts of points here that's bringing this game very level already. Winter took a 33rd in Hamburg, but different experience playing with Jonathan Erdmann. Walkenhorst, on the other hand, did play in the World Championships in 2015 with Stefan Winscheif, taking a 17th in The Hague. Strong from Crabb. And what's been impressive about Crabb early on is that he's utilised the line from the right side and just trickled the ball wrist away before just guiding one back on the sharp angle. He's accessing both sidelines here, Trevor Crabb. It's going to make him very difficult to defend against. Quick pass from Walkenhorst. The inside, oohs and ahs. The atmosphere here in Chetumal throughout the week has been on point. One battle won by Walkenhorst, whose sister, Kara Walkenhorst, former world champion with Laura Ludwig and Olympic gold medalist as well from Rio 2016. She's making her way back into the sport next season. Looks as if it's too late for the Olympic Games, but it's going to be great to have one of the world's best blockers playing on the tour. On to Winter, no way, Walkenhorst. Super tight to the left, most too tasty from Sven Winter. Interesting serving from the USA, but it completely works. All they're trying to do to Walkenhorst is not put him under pressure with the pace of the ball, but the area that they're serving short on Alex Walkenhorst, trying to disrupt the approach of the big German. Stop him getting out. Because he can't get out, he goes on the reverse set, but he still tries to work the line, and Trevor Crabb is waiting. Slightly deeper serve this time. 3-point game in this bronze medal match. What a touch, try ball, no way. Tomahawk defense from Walkenhorst, to their head coach, Thomas Kasmarak, has been delighted with the way that they've played. They've only played 5 events all season together, this German pair. And they're shining once more against teams that have been more consistent than them throughout this season. Took a 25th place in Quinchao last week. That was their first event back together, but here they've come past Australia, Schubert and Gruyer, Rico Rossi and Adrian Karambula, Mr. Skyball, the team that run the plays as fast as they possibly can. Andre Loyola, George Wanderley, it's a fantastic performance to beat Brazil. They beat Mexico as well, Chile, and then lost out to Crabb yesterday. Tight setting, and Walkenhorst in true Walkenhorst style just hammers the ball into the stars. Timeout from Germany. They look too happy at the moment, the Germans. Seems Walkenhorst is just shot off. Inconsistent though, the USA. Trevor Crabb siding out superbly well early on for a team that only lost to Grauer Musin, who are playing a different type of offense at the moment. They're moving the ball wider, faster, making it difficult for the blockers. For the USA, they want their ball. Noticeable wins against Christian Barenhorst, Steven van der Velde, Pedlo Schachter from Canada, Perisic, Steiner. They're all teams that have been in the final fours of big events this year. You're going through towards June, Nick Lucena and the legend that's Phil Dalhauser will be watching closely, because this 3-way race for 2 places is going to be one of the most watched beach volleyball towards the games. More errors. Sorry, my mistake. Over the top of the block from Walkenhorst. Dummy 2-ball. Trying to get Walkenhorst to commit with the blocker on the second touch to leave Trevor Crabb free from a block. It's good from Walkenhorst just to stay really focused with his eyes, didn't get suckered into that dummy run from Bourne in your picture now. Go straight to the gold medals after this. The women. A big game. Australia on the comeback from an injury at the World Championships for Maria Fay Altaccio, but that's all about Bourne facing the line and just working it back. The defensive players, the blocker and the defender, will be making reads based on the body line of the spiker. So the more you can turn the ball out of the body line at speed, the more difficult it's just going to be to play defense. Makes a read there, Bourne, and just spatches it back to the side. The weather, the crowd, everything about Chetumal has been tremendous this week. It's been packed every day. This event that was a 3-star last year is given more prestige by the FIVB this year, given its 4-star badge. You can see why. The ocean in the background. Beach volleyball is turning into a big sport here in Mexico. Although we're not far from the Belize border, a short walk away. Post-technical timeout, 5-point game for the Americans. So they took a 5th in Itapema, 4-star Brazil. That's going to be on the calendar. Still 10 events for teams to qualify for the games next year. It's a busy calendar, this one, from the FIVB. Lots of teams taking a break this week at the top of the tree, but teams like Alex Brown, Robert Newsom from the Netherlands, this result here in the final, making the final play, might just seal the deal and put one foot in the games for the reigning Olympic bronze medalists. For Brazil, well, there's no sign of Bruno Evandro this week. They've already been named as one of the teams going to the Olympics really early. That's really strong as well from Walkenhorst. Faces the angle, just brings it back to the line. Once again, operating out of the approach line, the big German. No scooping now, 1 for Crabb. Another bit of news is that Allison and Alvaro will be going to the games as well. So they've already unleashed their cards, the Brazilian Federation. They know who they want to represent. Well, let's be honest, Bruno and Allison, reigning Olympic gold medalists, now not playing together, but they'll be playing again in the Olympic Games. Spatula swing, but they're looking for a touch here. Bourne is absolutely certain. Referee says no way. From the left side, passing off the net, so he might just lose a little bit of power and vision. That's exactly what happens. Good blocking from Walkenhorst. Back to the line, but Sven Bint reading the body language, but parking in the power line. Try Bourne. What a rally this one is. Walkenhorst, third chance for Germany, but no! Making defensive plays, and then a block to match it is Try Bourne. It's a monster block from Bourne, but earlier on in the rally, what a defensive play from him too. Diving into the line, Try Bourne. Happy days for the USA. 3-point game. Serving to the inside of Walkenhorst, trying to take his sharp angles away. 2 in a row for the Hawaiians. If it's not Try Bourne making life difficult for Alexander Walkenhorst, it's Trevor Crabb. Walkenhorst's not happy, but the pass was leaked to the right-hand side. No real angles to go back to the right-hand side of court from Walkenhorst. This is something we're becoming accustomed to from Walkenhorst. He's a competitor, still arguing his case with the referee. Bourne serve, Crabb still blocking. Change of ends just disrupting the rhythm of the server. Remember, Trevor Crabb won a pair of tournaments in Lucerne and Xinjiang with the legendary John Mayer in 2018, very respected player, now coach. John Mayer was working with Billy Allen, Stafford Slick in Hamburg. No block. Winter has to hold still, but can't keep a firm platform on the ball. No block, no respect from Trevor Crabb. 4-point game, and it looks as if the USA have the firm initiative here. A couple of big stops on Walkenhorst. this time in system. Back set, once again, too tight from Winter. Miraculous, though, from Walkenhorst. He knew he didn't have any angles. The closer the ball is to the nets, the more the block comes into the game, and that's why Walkenhorst have to go off the hands. Dummy two ball this time from Trevor Crabb from the left side. Bourne just chips away on the sharp angle. Winter patiently playing defense, and then with a spring in his step, just unleashes his own cannon on the angle. Okay, game on once more. Floating the ball, trying to buy some time to get into block. Wider set. Smart from the Americans. They know that Walkenhorst has to serve and run it, so they run a wider set to the antenna. All that means is that Walkenhorst can't get out and seal the line. It's too quick, it's too good from the USA. Good zones once more. Walkenhorst sidestepping in his approach. Not quite going through the ball. There must have been a touch off the block for Trevor Crabb. Once more. Dangerous. It's been a tough season for Germany with lots of injury problems to Walkenhorst. But they're going to have to find some consistency if they want to make a comeback in this opening set. That's a good start. Different angle from Walkenhorst, going sharper, quicker to the sideline, working away from the body. Massive moments here in Chetumal. They're in system once more. Fast plays, finger wagging, pointing, celebrations all around. The way that they're playing here is the way that beach volleyball is progressing on the whole. Faster, wider, making the big blockers stress. And the problem at the moment from Walkenhorst is you might just feel that Bourne went underneath the net and maybe took him out of play, but absolutely not. Once again, the wide ball chipping over the top makes the defender feel very lonely on the angle. He's sitting round because of the width of the set. Should open up more angles. Well, there's the first set, very, very quick ending to that one. The USA have just played very well in their block defense phase of the game. Also started out with ease. Trevor Crabb has started out early on in that set, but then towards the end, the wider play once again, making Walkenhorst stress with the block and then going over the top is as good as gold for the USA, who are looking to win their second medal together on the World Tour. It's just their 13th event together, but that win in Quinchao, the only win as of yet. It could be a pair of medals for the Crabb brothers today, who played together so many times on the AVP and the Norseka Tour as well, before going their separate ways. This results, both the American teams move them up the leaderboard and will reaffirm a little bit of pressure on one of, if not the all-time great of the game, Phil Dowell-Elser, 2008 Olympic gold medalist, and Nick Senna. Jake Gibb going for win number 7 today, and his first win since 2015 with Casey Patterson. It's been a long time since we've seen Gibb in a final. Back set for Walkenhorst, but they've got their line very nice, the German Giants. They've been commanding the USA here. They want to try and speed this game up as quick as possible, serving from Trevor Crabb. Not very happy with that serve, but doesn't matter. Two blockers that teamed up to play together. No surprises. They are making monster block after monster block here. This time it's on Winter. Jumping outside in, going through the body. Great line in the block. It looks like they're doubling up on the angle there, the USA. Sven Winter does like working through the body, back across himself. Timeout called really early on. In set number 2. A win for Heidrich Gerson from Switzerland in the 3-star China last week was a fantastic result for them. That keeps them, as it stands, at number 13 in the Olympic ranking list. On the outskirts, the likes of Pello Shakhtar from Canada, Samoilos and Smedin's a Lion King. They've just been taken on by Marco Salustri, the head coach of Karen Buda Rossi. Grimalt, the Chileans who are here this week, still very much in with a shout. But beach volleyball and the World Tour, well, you're going to have to keep a close eye on us for the next year or so. Trevor Crabb gets us back underway. Walkenhorst passing off the net. Has to do more with his feet to get out and drive back through, but this time slowing the arm down, working off the hand, off the tight set. Bourne feels as if that one's gone against him. But the tight set almost allows Walkenhorst to work off the hands. We've seen it once or twice. From the left side. What's been impressive about Bourne in the way that he's sliding out thus far is the wide set to the pin. He goes high over the top, he can go off the block, he can hammer the line. And then just to keep the defender honest, he can also pat the ball back on a sharper angle. Just chops it to the sideline. Winter goes back on the cross court, loves hammering across the court, but back on one. USA just stick an arm out. If they're not making blocks out there, their defense is on point. They're stacking very heavily on the cross court on Winter. Just plucked with the right hand from Bourne. They're just staying very still, adapting all the time on the body line of the spiker. And there's a block from Trevor Crabb. The way that they're serving and playing block defense, initiating a good game plan from Jose Loyola. Winter from the right side. Doesn't matter who they serve at this moment in time. Crabb is all over it, looking through the net, penetrating really well and scurrying behind him. Try board and on the turn. Crabb, 2 from 2. The USA, change of ends, going for a fast finish here in Chetumal. Straight down the line. Good angle on the pass from Walkenhorst, allows him to still access the cross-court angle. There's definitely a relationship between the spiking of a player and the angle that they can pass on. Opens up more options the more that he can pass the ball into the center of court for Walkenhorst. On 2 from Trevor Crabb. He's just taken every matter into his own hands in the past 5 minutes or so, blocking, sliding out, this time on 2. Walkenhorst this time pats the ball away to the line. Looking like a frustrated figure out there, Alex Walkenhorst. Yes, it's a long way back, but yes, it can also be done. Slightly off the net passing from Bourne, but he shows a little bit of angle with his upper body before just destructing the ball. Colossal from Bourne to the line. Currently 20 seconds second in the world, the Americans. And that's due to their best 8 results in FIVB recognised events in the last 365 days. The Olympic qualifying campaign is slightly longer. That's why there's 2 different ranking lists in the sport. Olympic qualification started at the beginning of last season. Teams must play a minimum of 12 competitions. Best 8 count towards their qualification. This time it's Walkenhorst getting one back after being blocked out a few times. But that high line once more from Bourne. It's doing damage in Mexico. Body facing to the center of court before just churning it back with the wrist. Delightful work from him. 800 world ranking points for the winner of this competition. 640 for the winner of this game. Just sitting on the line, Trevor Crabb. Transition. Playing defense is not just about digging the balls, how many kills you can make as well. Flirting with the net. Walkenhorst. But they get away with it this time. One at a time for Germany. But it doesn't matter what they do offensively. The USA are there waiting. Temperature here, absolutely stunning. This time it's Trevor Crabb. This is just where the game has developed to. The Australians back in the early 2000s, Josh Slack being one of them, took on this wider ball to the pin, reverse plays as well, hitting on 2, and it's very much become the Australian way that other teams are adapting to now. Smaller courts, bigger blockers means you have to play a little bit of cat and mouse out there at times. High blocking, chases on for Bourne. A little bump over the net, delicate from Crabb. Crafty from Walkenhorst, wonderful work to shake that ball back cross court. Okay, game on here. Facing the line, he's shaping it back to the angle. If you are just joining us, to remember we have former world champions in the men's final later on. Musen back in form underneath their new coach, Victor Amfilov. Brandon Numador here with them this week as well, legend of the game. Up against Jake Gibb, Taylor Crabb in the men's final. Jake Gibb, 3-time Olympian. Walkenhorst finds a way through. And then Australia, China in the women's final. That's next up actually. China, who last made the final at the Sydney 3-star almost a year ago. They're back in the big time against an Australian team. They've had their fair share of injuries, but made 6 Final Fours from a competition. So stay with us throughout the day because we are in a high-class volleyball. Bourne has just, again, showed a bit of the line and just almost charmed it to the sideline. Not as powerful as we've seen, but great vision from Bourne. He sees everything through there. No men's event here last year, just a female event, a 3-star. Then Vinter finds the seam, applauds the setting of his partner as well. Former winners in Mexico. Waterfall 2015, Dalhousie 2014, Samoilos and Schmedins, who went early doors this week. Jake Gibb has won before in Acapulco back in 2006 with Superman Sean Rosenthal. technical timeout has bounced around. It's a very similar story here in Chetumal. 5-point game. In firm control, the USA looking for medal number 2 as a pairing on this, the World Tour. A couple of 4th places this season. This will mean a lot to them. Manuel Ricardo, the best World Tour team in history, won in Acapulco 2005. Todd Rogers, another legend of the game. Seems like all the legends have won in Mexico, with Rex Holden, Rogers in 2000. First time was Ian Clark and Bill Bullion from the USA, all the way back in '99. 7th time that Mexico have held a World Tour event for the men, 8th for the women. Tight from Winter, but off the hands, Volkenhorst. One baby step in front of the other here for Germany, and they might just create a little bit of wriggle room into the final stages. Short trying to upset his approach, but he does really well, Bourne, to get off the net quick, and that means the ball is still kept in front of him. And in turn, that means he can still dictate the ball offensively. His work off the ball here, Bourne, sublime. Trevor Crabb setting butter once more. Both teams deciding to serve short on big players. Let's just try and get the block in the game. Try and suffocate the player underneath the block. It's working for the USA. Walkenhorst not managing to kick off the net in his approach. 2 in a row, Trevor Crabb, high knuckle for the ankle. Reverse plays, trying to move that same block around. Walkenhorst hoping that if he changes the line of his approach by going from left to right on the reverse, there's enough pressure created on Trevor Crabb to not get blocked again. 6 for the USA to claim victory. Standing float serves. Try ball. How good have the Americans been? They're learning all the time, but through those 2 4th place finishes in 2019. Looks as if they're going to take another medal. Walkenhorst finding his side out rhythm as well, though. Bourne, effective throughout, to the line, and then trickling the ball back on the cut shot. They play varied and unpredictable, the Americans, and it's working for them in so many ways. They run the wider tempo play, the up and down ball. They're good at selling one hit and hitting another one. Walkenhorst gets powerful again, but it looks slightly too little, too late for Germany. Walkenhorst going for the spin serve this time. Trying to serve Germany back into this one with some pressure from the baseline, but the passing has been exemplary throughout for the USA. Every time they're in system, their vision increases and the chances of scoring go through the roof. And then there's an ace from Trevor Crabb. Serving from middle to middle, away from Walkenhorst. 2 needed now. Backed up with blocking prowess from Bourne. Match points for the USA. How many blocks have they made in this game? First match points. Finished with an ace from Trevor Crabb. There you have it. In their 13th event together, the USA pairing of Trevor Crabb and Bourne have won their 2nd medal together after 2 4th-place finishes last season in Hamburg at the World Championships and also in Xinjiang at the 4-star event. They will be leaving here with a bronze medal and 640 world ranking points towards achieving their Olympic dream. What a performance, inside out, running the ball around, serving and blocking majestically as well. A performance to remember for the Americans. They will be taking 1 medal at least, or 2 medals at least today. As I look to run down courtside to hear from our winners very, very quickly.
Tournaments next year that is pretty much still up for grabs for anybody, and we still have a close race between me, my brother, and Phil for only 2 spots. So we're going to take it 1 tournament at a time, just like we did all year, and we're ready for it.
Next question: your brother obviously plays for gold later on today. How does it feel having to be obviously brotherly love, but also an opponent at the same time? Must be very, very tough.
Oh yeah, it's awesome, and we're both getting our first 4-star medals and above at the same time. So it's pretty special, and yeah, we can't wait.
Boys, congratulations, a fantastic performance, and we're going to watch some highlights from what was a USA bronze medal here in Chetumal.
Thanks.
Hawaiians taking over the podium.
Hey, congratulations, man. Nice to see you again. Just one question. Y atención, señoras y señores, acá están conmigo 2 hombres que acaban de conseguir la medalla de bronce. Es su primera medalla de bronce juntos. Con ustedes, Trevor Crabb y Bourne. Bueno, ¿hablan español? ¿Sí? No. Bueno, no se pueden quejar. Cuartos en el Mundial de Voliplaya. También consiguieron medalla de oro acá en México, en Aguascalientes, en el circuito Norseca.
Well, there you have it. Fantastic performance for the USA. The Olympic race is really hotting up, but will the USA take a gold and a bronze today? We're about to find out. But next here from Chetumal, gold medal match. But first, some highlights of a really entertaining bronze medal match. So confirmation, the opening game here in Chetumal has come to an end. The USA take the bronze. There's confirmation of the score. Crabb and Bourne overcome the Germans, Winter and Walkenhorst in 2 straight sets. 2 finals coming our way next though. Please stay tuned. But for myself, Louis Lett and the team, it's goodbye for now.
Tampoco tiene playeras. ¿Quién quiere ayudar a la